What's up, everybody? So before we dive into this video, I want to acknowledge that yes, I am still uploading my usual content to this channel, such as today's video, and I'm also working on additional content to help us support and elevate Black voices, to care for Black lives, and that's a work in progress. So I'm developing that and hoping to collaborate maybe with some of you as well as that unfolds. As I promised in one of my recent videos, we're going to be doing an SEO deep dive because I do truly believe that SEO is an extremely reliable tool to help potential clients find you and your ideal potential clients find you, even during our current times where many of us are offering exclusively teletherapy. For today's video, I'm going to show you the kind of first step in SEO strategy that I go through, especially when I want to launch a new business, and that is analyzing your competitors' websites. Keep watching and I'll show you both how helpful and how easy it is to do this. Welcome to Private Practice Skills. I'm Dr. Marie Fang, psychologist in private practice. I post videos offering tools I learned the hard way about starting and growing private practice so that you don't have to. If you're not familiar with SEO, I've covered the basics of this topic in a few videos, so I've linked to those in the description box. But for the purposes of today's video, we are diving right into the tutorial. Now, if you're just starting your practice, before you get to this step, you want to make sure you hone in on your niche and you develop your brand story. I also have content about those topics, so I've linked to those in the description box as well. So I know you might be wondering, why exactly is it helpful to analyze the websites of other therapists in my niche? Well, you don't need to start from scratch to try to make up and figure out what people are typing into Google when they're looking for you to be their therapist. You can springboard off of the data that's already there. And you can find a lot of that data in your competitors' websites. If this is not making any sense to you, I think it will start to make some more sense once we get into the tutorial. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to pretend that I'm starting a new coffee shop rather than a new therapy practice because, as you'll see when we get into it, I don't want to be putting any therapist website under the radar as we get into it. So we'll be looking at some coffee shops. You'll see how this principle applies to any new business, and it's no different for private practice. All right, so let's say I'm starting a pretend coffee shop. My niche is fair trade coffee, and my brand is building a bridge from coffee grower to customer, all while creating a safe community environment for my customers to gather together. So in this example, my next step is to do some Google searches, typing in what I think my ideal customers might be searching in the Google search bar if they were trying to find my specific coffee shop. And so you would do the same thing for your particular niche and brand as a therapist. Try doing a few different searches and see what pops up in your area. And I should say that when you do this, it's helpful to open an incognito window, which basically just means it's a window that's not relying on your personal previous search data to suggest things that you specifically might like. Okay, let's start by typing fair trade coffee. Oops, apparently I don't know how to spell, but so notice we have the ads pop up first, and then, all right, now I'm getting nationwide results. All right, that's telling me I need to be a little more specific. So let's say fair trade coffee shop. Okay, so I'm noticing that when I type in coffee shop, it gives me some local search results in the maps. And yet as I scroll down, I'm still getting some more kind of nationwide results, but these map results are useful. So let's see, WFM Coffee Bar. So I'm gonna open their website in a new tab. Don't mind my dog wandering around in the background. And I'm also going to check out Voyager Craft Coffee. We'll come back to those in a second. Now let's try a different angle related to my niche and brand story. What if we said cozy coffee shop in my city of San Jose? Okay. We want to skip the results like this, Yelp results, therapist directory results. We want to see the website that's organically showing up, the .com. Okay, so Penny Cafe here on the bottom of the page is the first one that's showing up. So keep skipping any directory pages like this. We don't need Airbnb and CBS Local, but I do want livingroomcoffee.org because that's telling me whatever that website is doing is getting their results to show up organically. Okay, so at this point, I've opened a couple of websites of local coffee shops. So you're gonna wanna do the same thing with your therapy niche in your local area. See who's popping up in the organic search results. That's key. You wanna see that their website, their .com domain name is showing up in the search results, not that something like Psychology Today or something like that is directing towards them. Now it's time for the next step, which is really fun, and that's utilizing a pretty awesome, free, easy to use tool that's going to help us analyze these websites. We're going to go to Neil Patel, if I can spell, .com, scroll to the bottom, find tools, and click SEO Analyzer. I will also link to this in the description box. Now let's take Living Room Cafe, Coffee Craft as an example. Copy that domain name up here. Go back to the Neil Patel SEO Analyzer and enter that URL and go ahead and analyze. Now, there are lots of tools available in the sidebar here. They are all very helpful, but I don't want you to feel overwhelmed by an abundance of information. And so instead, I'm gonna take us right here to the traffic analyzer where it says overview. Click on that, and we're gonna enter the same domain name again, Living Room Coffee, and search. All right, great. Well, first of all, this website has been seeing a lot of growth over the past 6 months or so. So kudos to them. They're doing something right with their SEO strategy. They're getting about 134 visits per month from organic search results. That means people typing a query into Google, like Coffee Shop San Jose or whatever it is, and clicking on their website, not on an ad, not clicking on it through a Facebook post, but Google search results organically showing that website. This piece, organic keywords, is referring to how many different keywords or search terms basically that this website ranks for in a Google search, which is a lot. I feel like this kind of monthly traffic is a really good goal for the average local therapist website, and I think you can also do better too, but they're doing pretty well, and that compares to a small business private practice. So what I want to do though is scroll down to where it says top SEO pages. Now this section shows us which page on the website people are landing on when they do a Google search and land on the website. And we can see from the visits column that everybody who's clicking on the website is clicking on their home page. They have some other pages. Looks like they could probably improve their SEO strategy on their sub pages, but their home page is doing pretty well for them. They're getting 104 visits on average per month from people searching on Google. Okay, and now as we keep scrolling down, this is the money moment that I want you all to pay attention to. Basically, we're looking at what terms people have typed into Google in order to find this website. The top phrase that people are typing in order to find this particular website is a typo, or unless I'm not educated on coffee, and coffee is something, artisan. So as you can see, coffee craft is the top keyword sending people to this website. I mean, if we go over here in this tab where it says estimated visits, it's saying this is approximately how many people visit this page per month typing in this typoed keyword. And the answer is 61 visits. That's really useful information. Now let's backtrack and talk about some of these other columns because it's also incredibly valuable information. This number right here in the volume column is telling us across all of Google searches, this term coffee craft gets typed into a Google search 1,300 times a month on average. And then moving on to the last tab that we haven't covered, position, which just means if you go to Google and type in coffee craft, this item tends to pop up 5th on the list. So why is this tool so valuable? Basically, you're hopping onto what's technically your competitor's website and figuring out what people are typing into Google in order to get to their website. And you can also find out exactly how many Google searches there are for that term every single month. That's incredible. When you look through other therapists' websites who are working in your niche, you are gonna find terms that you didn't think to include. So if I'm starting my coffee shop, I didn't even think about coffee craft as a potential keyword, but I'm learning from this website that that's an incredibly valuable keyword. People are clicking on the website when they type that keyword in and it pops up. So I might want to start considering whether this keyword is one I want to target on my website. Now, this is a good moment to pause and say, I'm not at all suggesting that you go to your competitor's website and simply hop through all of these terms that you see and copy them as your keywords, because you know what? You're gonna see some things that don't quite line up with your particular niche, your particular brand. Now, there are tools to help you find out the answer very easily for something like this. Like, okay, I'm not Coffee Shop Campbell, maybe I'm Coffee Shop Downtown San Jose. How many people are searching for that? I will show you that tool in another video, in our next deep dive video. But for this step, this aspect of analyzing your competitor's website, what I suggest you do is do everything we just did for Living Room Coffee Craft and repeat it for all of your main competitors in your local area. Only keep track of terms that are relevant to you, then have a decent search volume every month. Keep that list handy, and we're gonna bring it with us into the next video where we're gonna talk about how to find more keywords based on the ones that you just discovered from this analysis. Well, I can already tell that this video is going to be quite long, so let's leave it off here. I hope you found this deep dive helpful as we really just sort of scratch the surface on SEO strategy. Let me know in the comments if there are any questions you have or stuck points that come up for this piece, and I'm happy to address them in the next video where we're gonna do a deep dive on more keyword research, because we got to get those keywords right, my friend. And before we close, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by TherapyNotes.com. In addition to their software that helps with scheduling, notes, and billing, they've also launched their Telehealth Beta platform, which means you can have an all-in-one practice management system where you can manage your clients' needs and access teletherapy with your clients if you're launching a remote practice. Click the link in the description of this video to get 2 months to try it for free with no commitment. And until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well. Call it a day. We're done. We're done. We're done. Hold on. We can do it, Marie.